History of swimming.
The history of swimming. Human beings have been swimming for thousands of years. It is believed that man learned to swim by observing animals. It is also believed that the initial stroke that was observed and used was that of a dog thrusting itself through the water. Thus the dog paddle was imitated and used. One of the earliest representation of swimming showing carving of the walls dating back to 900 BC showed pictures of swimmers. Swimming is a part of training of Greek Roman warriors during the Middle Ages. The Greeks, Romans, Anglo-Saxon and Scandinavian classic heroes dealt with greatest feats of swimming prowess. Other depiction of swimming is found in the ancient Egyptian wall reef that shows soldiers of Pharaoh Ramses pursuing their enemies by swimming across Orthanus River between ancient Egypt and Asia Minor.
The crow stroke was most likely developed independently in various areas of the world several hundred years ago. Swimmers in South Pacific used crow stroke long before they were used in Europe. Native Americans also used overarm crow strokes. In 1844, two members of the Native American Ojibwa tribe named the Flying Gull and Tobacco traveled to England to compete and won and become national celebrities. Competitive swimming began in England. It conducted a swimming meet in London in 1862. In 1866, swimming for man was included in the first modern Olympic Games in Athens. Women started to compete in Olympic swimming in 1912, held in Stockholm. J. Arthur Trajan, also an Englishman, refined the crow stroke in 1880. In 1906, Charles Daniels developed the American crow, which was molded after the Australian crow.
In the Philippines, the American military men introduced swimming as a comparative sport in the country. Through the pioneering efforts of YMCA leaders working among the American military forces, the sports impressed upon the Filipinos who saw in 1907 the construction of the first swimming pool in the country of Fort McNally YMCA.
Historical background of swimming. Colombian Club swimming pool was balik. Historical background of swimming. Colombian Club swimming pool with competing American team from Manila YMCA, American Colombian Club and the USS Sortiga. The following year, 1912, Filipino participated in the second championship meet of the 42 individual entries, and late Conrado Benitez emerged as the most outstanding Filipino swimmer. During the Far Eastern Games held at Manila in 1913, the Philippine team composed of Conrado Benitez, G. Delpan, C. Avelli, and L. Cristobal won the championship against China and Japan. In the following decade, educational institution, the first of which was the University of the Philippines, followed later on by the Philippines Women's University trained swimmers.
In 1924, Teofilo Ildefonso, a Philippine scout soldier of the U.S. Army, won recognition as the greatest Filipino swimmer of his feats in national championship meets. The Far East and Olympic Game Muslim Filipino from Solo also made names in national championship competition. Great Muslim swimmer before World War II were Jikarom Ajuldin, Arasad Alpad Tuburan, Angkang Nakaria, and Asda Tahim. The succeeding years of 1951 saw the staging of the 6th Formosa Philippine Binyaw Swimming Championship meets the 9th and 10th Far Eastern Games in the series of the Manila-Hong Kong Interport Swimming Meets, wherein Filipino men and women swimmers showed outstanding performance. They were Sotero Alcantara, Rene Amaboyok, Alberto Fermans, Jusino Kaiko, Nosale Madin, Muhammad Mala, Eugenio Valerio, Artenio Salamat, Serafin Villanueva, Artemio Villavigia, Lourdes Alva, Angela Fermin, Norma Guerrero, Andres Ofilada, Ana Labayan, Encarnacion Partillo, and Erudito Vito. Women swimmers competed in the 1931 National Women's Swimming Championship meet at the Rizal Memorial Pool, where the University of the Philippines won. The PWU Women's team won the championship in 1934. Women's participation in swimming competition were held in yearly since then.
Swimming competitions were suspended during the Japanese occupation. It was only in 1948 when swimming competitions were resumed. The first Asian Games, held in New Delhi in 1951, gave the Filipino swimmer the opportunity to participate once again in international competition. Among the swimmers were Artemio Salamat, Jacinto Kaiko, and Norhatab Rahab. The second Asian Games were held in Manila in 1954. Our swimmers who earned honors for our country were Paslon Nabuela, Amado Jimenez, Robert Collins, Heidi Coloso, and Jacinto Kaiko. The participants of the Third Asian Games in Tokyo in 1958 brought honors to the country. They were Bana Sailani, Walter Brown, Rodolfo Agustin, Lorenzo Cortez, Heidi Coloso, and Jocelyn Von Gis.
The historical background of swimming. The Fourth Asian Games at Jakarta, Indonesia in 1962 marked another significant victory for our Filipino swimmers. They second place. The standout were Heidi Espino, Gertrudis Sampang, Hasan, and Rolando Landrito. Participation of Filipino swimmer continued. In 1962, the federation system under Republic Act 3135 was inaugurated. PASA launched and really well-rounded a systematic program of the development for the purpose of reinforcing the Philippines against the challenges from other countries. The first age group overseas program was the Philippine Hong Kong YMCA, which started in 1968 from then one. Hong Kong and Philippines is hosting ultimately this annual swim meet. This program continued in 1978.
Historical background of swimming. In 1970, the first Asian age group was hosted by Singapore. This is the first age group swimming sent by the Philippine Amateur Swimming Association. Powerhouse Japan and China were included in this yearly swim event. There were 16 age groupers that represented the country. Philippines came in a second behind host Singapore, which had more swimmers than any of the participating teams. The mere fact that we beat Japan and China at the same time was an enormous feat for the team. The Asian age group in 76. In 1977, the Southeast Asian C age group was born, hosted by Singapore and later on ASEAN. The Swimming Association is also strengthening its membership base and renewing its campaign for both individuals and groups to unite under the ASAP banner. It is now working on the education and certification of all local swimming coaches and instructors with the end in view of upgrading the quality of coaching in the Philippines. This will involve a series of level of certification for those concerned in the different aspects of coaching.
At present, the ASAP leadership is committed to a policy of good governance and will be transparent in all its affairs, hiding nothing and simply working towards the betterment of swimming in the country. That's all. Thank you for watching.